no, we can't have dogs.
Well, now we can't have that endorsement. Thanks, Howard. That's okay. We're not getting paid because you just don't give a shit about us anymore.
Yeah.
Well, hey, whatever. something news story here.
Something news story?
Remember what happened? Well, you remember what happened.
Yeah, I burned with YouTube. Anyway, moving on. Hey, we watched Isle of Dogs.
Yeah. We're handling it better.
Because we weren't really getting much to begin with. So
Yeah.
I got my $70 out of them. I'm good. I took my bribery money and I went home.
$70, really? Right.
Hey, you know that's more than we made last year, which is like $1.
Wow, a 700% return.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, yeah. So we saw a Wes Anderson movie.
Yay! Isle of Dogs.
That we've been trying to see for like 3 weeks, but finally
Yeah, I
happened.
was confused about the limited release thing, so I was really
Yeah, it's
glad
still
to-
really fucking because it's still not fully wide. It has like 3 release dates. It's so bizarre.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's like limited,
Like
wide-ish,
slightly
wider.
less limited, and
Narrow. Wide.
then it's like like a Sesame Street episode. Small, narrow, wide, wider.
I mean, they're just trying not to offend as many cat-loving people as possible.
Oh, Hollywood fucking hates cats. Let's just get that out of the way.
It's always the villain animal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, between this and Frankenweenie and
Look what you've done to Mr. Bigglesworth.
Austin Powers, I got it down on the list now, and cats and dogs. Cats get a bad rep in Hollywood.
What about Cats Don't Dance?
I mean, cats are
Oh,
bad.
That's why that movie failed.
Cats.
Arrest the
What
cats.
about Bolt? Were cats alone in that one too?
Which one?
Bolt.
No.
Antagonistic at first.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Bolt would be a counterexample, but not really the hero either.
That's what I was saying. Cats Don't Dance.
All I've learned.
No
is,
one remembers Cats Don't Dance.
Oh,
I barely remember Cats
I remember
Don't
the
Dance.
villain. Oh my god, that
The
villain.
villain was great. Yeah.
Aristocats?
Yeah, I said Aristocats.
Oh.
Yeah,
Alright.
he just mentioned.
Never mind.
All I
And
learned-
how many people remember that movie?
Which one?
Aristocats.
I don't.
Yeah.
All I remember was some line about champagne, and that's it.
I remember the butler.
It must be like catnip. I don't know why that stuck in my
I
head.
only remember the song because it had the brightly colored and the dancing and whatnot. And everybody wants to be a cat.
I figure Aristocrats is just an apology by Disney for Cinderella.
What's wrong with Cinderella?
No, I was okay with
The evil cat in Cinderella?
Oh, yeah.
What was the panther's name from the Jungle Book?
Bagheera.
He's a good cat.
He's a good kitty, a good kitty.
And then you had the exact polar opposite with...
We don't want to talk about the live action version.
We're not talking about the live action
I
version.
just saying there was an evil tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up the Ben Kingsley version. I was like,
No, Shere Khan. No, Shere Khan. We were just like, there's like actually good cat and then just a straight up man-eating tiger.
So Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
That's
Wes
not
Anderson's
bad.
apology.
Dogs are good, and if you think otherwise, you're wrong, says Wes Anderson.
Cat people suck. The
All
moral
dogs are
of
good
Isle of
dogs. That's the point of the movie. All dogs are good dogs.
It felt more... It was
Or
kind
the
of
more
like
like
the...
cat people suck.
Cat people are secretly plotting to kill your dogs.
It was kind of the basically like this movie was kind of the equivalent of oh god, John Woo. He spent so much time glorifying gangsters. It's like, fine, I'll make the cops the good guys.
So this is Wes Anderson saying, "Fine, I've killed enough dogs. Here's a movie to apologize for."
I haven't seen
Pretty
enough
much.
Wes Anderson films to like get that kind of.
I've just been
Joke.
told.
I've seen him
Yeah.
kill cats. I know in Grand Budapest Hotel he killed
Did
a
you just
cat.
throw my cat out the window?
That was Willem Dafoe.
Oh, that was Grand Budapest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
Willem
They do.
Dafoe just goes like in anger, just throws a cat out a window. It's
So
like,
wait, did he
you
ever
just took my
kill
cat?
dogs in other movies?
I can't think of any.
I've been told that supposedly he did.
I don't
I
remember.
feel like there was something in Moonrise Kingdom.
I don't think Moonrise Kingdom had a dog death scene.
I think it's just a dead carcass then.
Maybe.
He's apologizing on behalf of Dio.
Oh, JoJo.
I don't get that reference.
Um,
But
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you about it later.
okay, great.
It's okay, he tried to watch. Failed miserably.
No, I watched you watch an episode of JoJo. I think it was yesterday, and I had no clue what the fuck was happening.
That was today, and we were watching Death 13. There was no way you would understand what's going on.
You can watch any episode and not understand what's going on. That's kind of the point.
Well, no, there is.
So, did we like Isle of Dogs?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and hug my
We're
dog.
tired. We're sorry. We're getting sidetracked. a little more
Also,
than
what
usual.
else is there to say except this movie had stop motion, Wes Anderson dogs, delightful, adorable. That was all the things I wanted out of this movie.
And deadpan humor.
That too.
Well, that's Wes Anderson enough.
Yeah.
It's a Wes Anderson movie through and through.
So of course it's gonna have all the symmetrical camera angles and all of that.
Great voice cast. Ben Kingsley, not Ben Kingsley. Fuck, I'm still on
Brian,
fucking talking
Brian Cranston.
Brian Cranston is great.
Brian
Edward
Cranston.
Norton.
Edward
Which
Norton's a lot of
at first
fun.
I thought was Jason Schwartzman.
Who was the dog that? Who was the person that voice acted Spots?
I don't know.
Liev Schreiber.
Okay, that was Liev Schreiber?
Who's
Because like I have
Sabretooth in the shitty X-Men Origin War.
I have
Giant
wanted
and
Spots
shitty.
to be voiced by Liam Neeson.
I think you want everything to be replaced by Liam Neeson.
You
I mean,
could
I do
replace-
too, but
No, I mean like, can you see it?
not for that character.
Atari.
Even more of a Sheaf character.
Yeah, okay.
This movie's a
Brian
lot of
Cranston
fun.
was great. Yeah.
This movie's a lot of fun. I mean, like, it's a Wes Anderson movie. If you like those movies, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, pretty much. If you don't, this is not going to change your mind. I have heard this movie being accused of what was it called, like culturalism or
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
racism?
I wouldn't call. I think it's like it's not quite racism. It's
Cultural appropriation.
yeah.
Am I being ignored? Goddamn.
No, I understand what you're saying.
What?
As none of us are Japanese, we don't really know for sure, but I don't think it is.
Oh, I mean, I'm a fucking weeb. The stuff that I saw in there, I was like, yeah, I've probably seen that in anime before.
Did they use a Godzilla theme?
No, they didn't. I would have recognized it.
What was
wait,
that?
what was that music that was playing over the radio when they're at like that glass?
It was not the Godzilla theme.
I heard that music before and I don't know where.
I'm positive. Like, as a Godzilla aficionado, I can safely say it is definitely. I would have recognized that immediately. Would have lost my shit.
Because I definitely heard that music in some kaiju movie.
You would have known if it was, because I would have been going like in the back corner, pretty much.
Gamera. Oh no, wait.
Wait, what?
This is Gamera.
What is it? I don't get that.
Gamera?
Gamera? The spinning turtle?
Oh, Gamera. It's Gamera? I've never heard it say that way before.
Gamera.
Gamera, the friend to children. Gamera is full of meat.
He has very tiny feet.
It's a Mystery Science Theater reference.
I should have known.
And toes.
So yeah.
Timmy! Anyway, sorry.
So the prologue is apparently that cat people have always hated dogs, and they have gone out of their way to do dog genocide before, and then
Yeah,
this whole
specifically-
movie is sort of like a modern take of the old prologue story of killing dogs and a genocide.
Now with
inside
chemical
of that.
weapons.
Yeah, with chemical weapons.
Specifically, it was based on the same family bloodline too, because the whole thing was about the Kobayashi family.
With
Dynasty.
and they're way too obvious cat motifs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that topic, I already talked to you about this, but I was like, wait, if they hate dogs, why did they give the kid a dog?
Because he's a 12-year-old boy, and 12-year-old boys love dogs.
Yes.
No.
It was a different time.
Here's my
Like
actual
3 years
counter
ago.
argument to that.
Which
It's-
makes sense, but
Should we get through the plot before we get
Well,
to the
my actual counter argument is that by introducing the bill of putting all the dogs on Trash Island, he needed to set an example by sacrificing his own dog so that people who were dog owners would be like, oh, he's not just like trying to save his dog, obviously, so we should all get rid of our dogs.
So basically, if his family has one and they get rid of it, that incentivizes everyone else to be like, yeah, we trust you, we'll get rid of ours too.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Even if
So
you had absolutely no
that's my devil's.
which makes sense. It's just a little nugget of that would have just gone along with
That
it.
being said, it's like I said when we reviewed Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson makes Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yeah.
very stylized Looney Tune cartoons. I'm not gonna think for the logic that much when it all boils down. That's not what I'm there for.
Yeah.
I want to see the dogs on Trash Island get through their ordeal.
Yeah.
It's not even like every time they have a fight scene, it's not like an actual choreographed fight scene, it's just a giant cloud with limbs randomly
It's just
flying
cotton
at 'em.
balls being animated.
It's great.
It's like when a plane crashes and it goes, boom!
Yeah.
Like a fucking Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Yeah.
Like that's Wes Anderson.
Yeah. At the same time, he always had a method to the madness. I'm just saying, like, that's all these instances where it felt like a minor oversight. Like, thankfully, that's.
I think that's being kind of nitpicky.
No, it is. I admit it because I was
You're
also
saying
like.
that Grant's not usually nitpicky?
I mean, so am I, to be fair.
I mean, if we want to be nitpicky with the taiko drumming, the skin on the drums didn't bounce. Okay, so like that's what I was upset about.
This is turning the Ready Player One review all over again.
But then I was thinking to myself, yeah, but if they did, it's like it makes no sense they gave him a dog, but at the same time, if they didn't give a dog, we wouldn't have the story.
Yeah.
So he gave his nephew the dog because of plot.
Yeah.
That's a good enough reason.
So the basic premise of the movie is, if you haven't seen the trailer for whatever reason, it's been everywhere recently, so I'd be surprised if you haven't.
I mean, hell, the trailer gives the plot.
Yeah, basic premise is Mayor Kobayashi, thank you, decides that he doesn't, like, after a strain of dog flu and, like, apparently it's
Snout fever.
and snout fever, they decided, like, we're gonna get rid of all the dogs, so we dumped all the dogs onto Trash Island, which is an island, like, off the coast of Japan.
Made out of trash.
Made out of trash. Mostly trash. There's some land there.
Was it a Megayashi or something like that?
Something like that.
Nagasaki.
Nagasaki.
Because it's totally not supposed to be Nagasaki.
Yeah.
The break place end with it,
Because-
and no one will know.
Because they weren't eating Nagasaki sausages at all.
Oh, is that what the sausages were?
Yeah.
Because they look good.
Which also made the little mushroom cloud that happens partway and a little more on the nose.
Initially when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was thinking like, oh, this is sort of like a weird allegory for Japanese internment, and then it turned into the Holocaust.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be
Which can still work for Japanese internment.
it's like Holocaust light.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
That's-
Man, like a Schindler's List with dogs, that'd be a fucking weird movie.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
I can't do that.
The dog with the red bow tie.
I thought that
Thank you, Grant, you got that joke.
It's Liam Neeson, and he's just like, I could have saved one more dog.
Oh, you didn't see my face there. He just like, it's like another.
Just, oh. Yeah,
So
so.
Schnauzer, I pardon you.
I actually still need to watch that movie. I just still know what you're talking about.
I thought that the movie was gonna be more a commentary on the various, I guess, ecological disasters, earthquakes and etc. The whole Fukushima thing.
You know, like Shin Godzilla.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it was-
I'm kind of glad they didn't go that direction,
It
though.
was mentioned, but it wasn't made like
Yeah.
the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, like, I don't really know how that theme would have worked in the context of the movie we were
Because
getting.
I just knew it was supposed to be like, it's meant to be technically a kid's movie.
Is it, though? Because there's a remarkable amount of, like, blood and violence in this.
Yeah, a dog like lost its ear like pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Over a bag of garbage that was completely worth it.
That was my
apple.
favorite joke.
A sandwich covered in maggots. This is the good stuff.
Yeah. Because it's like, it starts with
Like,
like,
this
Yeah,
pack
there's
of
a-
alpha dogs.
It's a 5v5 showdown to
Yeah.
see which pack of dogs gets to have the garbage.
it has the
And
many
then-
dogs.
And then Edward Norton's dog
Yeah, Edward Norton's dog
shows up and
Rex.
is like, wait,
Rex.
before we kill each other, let's open up the bag and see if it's even worth it. And there's this sort of like disconnect between like their dogs and they're growling at each other, and it's just like, oh yeah, we should. Yeah.
Because that's the first time they actually talk in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the pack of dogs led by Bryan Cranston, who plays Sheaf.
They're all alphas.
They're all alphas.
They're all leaders.
Yeah. Then
They
there's
take
Rex.
And we have Edward Norton dog, who's Rex. We have Bill Murray dog, who's Duke.
No,
No,
he
no.
was
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, sorry, Jeff Goldblum.
He was King.
King was Bill
It's
Murray
easy
dog.
to confuse the two because Duke and King.
No,
Well, Bill
sorry.
Murray was Box.
Yeah, King.
Ah,
was,
yeah,
King
yeah.
was the actor I've never heard of.
Bob Balaban.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Never heard of this guy.
But yeah, so it's
Oh, he
the
was
five
supposed to
dogs,
be
and
fine.
so
Okay,
you know
he's
they
supposed
fight
to be
for this garbage. Sort of like really get the setting of like what it's like to be a dog on Trash Island, and
No, it is very good world building. You do get a sense of this world and kind of like the weird kind of economy and politics of Trash Island fairly quickly. And also kind of the relationship all these other dogs have with each other. You kind of get an idea of what that is pretty fast.
It's a weird communal thing.
But they're still dogs.
Yeah, but they're still dogs, and they still have to fight each other for resources.
And some really, really dark humor. And like this movie's kind of hard to watch if you're a dog person, because there's a part where, like, and this is going into spoilers a little bit. So if you want to go in clean, stop now, go watch it.
If you
come back
don't
after
want
you're
to see dogs get hurt, don't watch this movie.
Yeah, because it starts out like the first 5 minutes, the dog has their ear bitten off.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Izzy, is that your ear?
Igor.
Igor.
He just walks off.
Did you lose an ear? Huh.
And then the other dog just sees it on the floor and kicks it.
Yeah. And then the rats
But
take it.
so the whole plot of this movie is that they that while they're on this island, a boy comes down who's looking for his dog Spots.
No, Atari.
Atari. Damn it. I'm tired.
Atari Kobayashi, the little boy in the trailer in the astronaut suit, builds a plane or steals a plane or whatever.
Suit, sir.
And he comes on down to Trash Island because he's looking for his dog, Spots. And there's this whole backstory about, like, it's a bodyguard dog, but it's not supposed to love each other because, you know...
It's his job to protect the kid, and you don't fall in love, but you do love
And the
him.
biggest surprise that it wasn't Bryan Cranston. Because that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, and they almost think like, wait a minute, but it's like, don't tell me it's Bryan Cranston. He's like, no. Oh wait, no.
No,
He's just yeah. I was like,
I'm actually grateful that they're completely separate dogs.
Oh, me too.
Also, I noticed that the nose color was never going to match.
Yeah.
I figured like if the fur was dirty enough, the nose could be too.
But if you're able to clean off the fur that much, the nose would have at least,
Yeah,
started
that's-
showing a little pink.
Also, dogs lick their nose all the time. Max is a great example. His
Yeah.
nose would have been pink ages ago.
Point taken. Anyway, though, the darkest joke in the movie where we were like, what did
That just happened?
Did that just happen?
where basically he made the face that I just made a minute ago.
Where it turns out like they're riding this tram to go to like this other side of the island.
Like the cuticle point or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And at one point it splits off, and Bryan Cranston dog, Sheaf and the boy are in one cart, and like all the other dogs are in the other cart. They're all like, wait, if we get separated, meet us at, and they go in like this fact,
Yeah,
like
it's
this
like-
machine.
And then he's at the rendezvous point. It's like no. It's like you are not the leader. It's like all right, whatever. We'll just
We'll vote. Whoever votes to read the rendezvous, say aye, and then they go to the machine, and then like little arrow points there. It says like crushed, burnt, and incinerated.
No, the most poetic part is if you can't read Japanese at all, like they do the translation late.
yeah.
What they do is the dogs go in and then you see the Japanese words and then a whole second later it's the translation crushing,
incinerating, and like
there was a third one.
Mutilating, something like that.
something like that.
And
So,
incinerating was the last one.
yeah.
Oh, it's like crush, cut it. Oh yeah, crush, cut it, incinerate, right? And it's like it's just this beautiful dark joke.
Oh yeah, because we all
As
sat
soon
there,
as
like,
I saw that translation, I was like, oh
like we all sat there like, did he just kill off the entire supporting cast?
All she left is Bryan Cranston and some kid.
I'm like, granted, that would have been fucking ballsy. But
I was like, well, Jeff Goldblum was with them.
Oh.
Although I do like how they kind of get to that after, like you see them going through.
They're perfectly fine.
But life finds a way.
In this case, the machine didn't work properly. Yeah, you
No,
know,
the machine didn't work.
Yeah.
And so the dogs all came out, and I just heard Howard like 2 seats away going, "Oh my god!"
And like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Hunter was like, you know, if this machine actually worked, we'd probably already be dead.
No, the part was like, and problem is we don't get that scene for like a solid 10 minutes. So where this
Well,
whole
'cause
time we
this
just assume these dogs are dead.
Yeah, so there's this whole development scene where it's just like Chief and the boy, and then, you know, after Chief gets his bath, so he's not a dirty black dog and he's all white and spotted and
You
whatnot.
have something against black dogs.
Covered in soot.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of all those dirty black dogs, Howard.
Hey,
Come on.
I'm at a Kobayashi Tashi, okay?
Racist! See, I can do it too, motherfucker.
Anyway, so
Shoe is on the other foot.
wow. So yeah, there's a whole bonding scene, and then you get to see that the 4 other dogs are perfectly fine, and it's just horrible having to wait that long.
Oh, can we talk about one of the darker jokes at the beginning when he's like,
One.
"Find me Spot," and the other dogs are like, "Oh, we know who you're talking about."
Oh no, God, this is also so bad.
So the dogs are so like assured. Okay, we've seen this dog Spots. So we're gonna take you to the cage, and you see the skeleton of a dog, and they're like,
Unfortunately,
he's a very nice dog. You know, everyone liked him, but we couldn't figure out how to open his cage. His little skeleton in a circle.
and so they
For kids.
the kid just goes in with the key, opens it up, and they're like, "Oh, a key. That's how."
And they buried this dog, and it's only until the kid is leaving the first time around where they realize that the
Bill Murray dog.
that the collar was Sport, not Spots.
Yeah.
But I do laugh that all of a sudden it's like, oh, they needed a key. I just realized, did the kid have a master key or?
I guess he must have.
Because I was like,
He's part of the Kobayashi
Yeah.
family. It'd be unlikely that he couldn't just steal one before.
Yeah.
Also, it seems like the master key just opened up any.
yeah,
It didn't seem like each different cage had a different key.
yeah,
Yeah, like what dog is just gonna magically just like figure out like one key, right?
I do want to talk about the animation though, because this is probably some of the best claymation I've seen in a really long fucking time.
Yeah.
Even take another under count to like Paranorman or even like Kubo and the Two Strings. I would say because the way the eyes move and the subtle expressions on all the puppets and stuff like that is fucking amazing.
I feel like the hardest thing to animate like perfectly.
Yeah,
Without it looking uncanny.
Yeah.
but they had such great expressions. Even on like when the first dog dropped on the island, the dog's kind of like looks around, kind of like slowly realizes like,
yeah.
oh fuck, there's no one coming for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of fucked here.
This is sort of like silent, creeping realization that it's like, oh, I've actually been abandoned.
And most of the emotions are done through the eyes, and there's some parts that are kind of legitimately just really sad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when Mr. White Dog comes in later on. The Two-Faced dog.
Yeah, the one played by Harvey Keitel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you meant by whispering.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. White Dog.
And then the dogs are crying as they're
regaling about how they had to eat their previous leader.
who fell into a coma and was dying anyway.
And
So it was
that's
a
why
mercy
everyone
kill for kids. Yeah.
This is not a kid movie.
calls- No.
It's kid friendly.
This is
I
about
think
as
it's smart because it was PG.
Is this like saying that one Rabbit movie is for kids because it's animated?
Watership Down?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That
No,
fucking
that's not
movie.
for kids. No.
Look, Mommy has got bunnies. Can we watch it, please? Mommy, why is there so much blood everywhere?
You know what's really crazy is I had to watch that movie in 4th grade.
Really?
I never saw that movie. I'm kind of glad.
I've never seen it. I've seen clips of it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
In 4th grade, we were talking about environmentalism, and then that's the movie that came up.
On that.
Better
Couldn't
than
it just show-
Ferngully.
Yeah. I was gonna say Ferngully would be probably less
No.
mentally scarring.
Fairies were not okay. My teacher's like, we're watching Watership Down. I'm like, what's this about?
Bunnies!
See, that's why I would be a terrible teacher. Like, all right, kids, sit your ass
Under the
down. We're watching
cement?
Die Hard. It's educational, fuckers. Learn the spirit of fucking Christmas.
So what did you learn today? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
Or watch because of like the district will only allow you to show a censored version, so they go to their parents. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfather!
Oh no, for me, like I would say that like if and when I eventually have kids, I would totally have it like I would play Hans Gruber every Christmas.
What did you learn? That my American friends might be German terrorists.
Oh. Or Russian by today's standards. Or spies.
Yeah.
Or back in the Cold War. Anyway, topical. I digress.
Back to dogs.
You're one of them.
In this case, cat people are corrupt. Is also another thing.
Yeah, like overly so.
Very much so.
Like what was the actual plot? First, we're going to introduce the disease that makes dogs sick, and then we're going to make another disease so that they're really sick,
And then we'll scapegoat them and kill them all.
and then we're going to scapegoat them, and then we're going to make a poison designed to kill the dogs.
In the form of wasabi.
Wasabi poison.
So maybe you're just hungry for sushi. Honestly.
I know that scene was so animated.
I know.
Yeah, that was a little creepy. It's like, it's all still living.
Because it's a top-down view of someone making sushi, like killing the animal, cutting it up, like perfectly decorating and arranging
Well, they
it.
were making a bento to poison the guy who made the dog
And the,
serum.
and the bento looks so good until that 1 second that they're like, wasabi poison spread.
Also, just the fact you still see the fish's head breathing while they're preparing it.
Well, for like a second, then chop
It was
chop.
still...
No, for several seconds.
No,
It was actually
because
detached.
like
and it was
when
Yeah,
after
I-
they cut it and then they removed the head to the side so that he could work on the actual flesh of the fish.
It was
I know
still
that,
breathing.
but-
It was still breathing for like several seconds after that.
Ah, is it breathing if it's above water? So it was suffocating. Put it out of its misery.
Wow, that's so much better.
It was dead and still
At least it wasn't cannibalism.
I mean, you guys are like talking about like basic
No, it's just
stuff.
dissect
like,
it alive.
If you eat actual sashimi in Japan, that's not an uncommon
Yeah.
presentation.
No, I
Fish
figured as much.
It's
It's
still
just-
alive.
It's like
Yeah.
It's actually kind of cool. It's only weird when like the fish head like eats the fly and then it goes out the back of the fish's head and then now you have to order a new sashimi bowl because that actually happened.
and I'm ordering ramen.
Get
My
back
thing
to
is always
the-
not like the octopus tentacles. Like, nah, that shit can still choke me. I'm taking that risk.
Well, that's why you got the hammer and beat it a little bit.
That's why he hammered it a few times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that my brain went to a dark place.
Oh, was it sexy?
You just gotta hammer it.
Consenticle.
I'm glad you said it.
What was the drink of anime?
What?
What was the drink of anime?
Oh, tentacle grape.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a real
It's
soda.
a grape soda.
It's a grape soda, and it just says tentacle grape,
Oh wow. Wow.
and it's grape soda. And I didn't buy it at Fanime that year because they were selling it for $5.
That year.
Yeah, they have it
Does
every year.
Does it mean you bought it previous years?
No,
Liar.
they still
$5
sell it for
also.
$5.
I mean,
The $5 price point is the issue, Mike.
Back to the movie.
I'd try it. Just to see.
It's just grape soda. Anyway,
Who doesn't want to try a little tentacle grape? Anyway.
yeah.
Quite a few people, but
Yeah, so I can see some of the criticism where people might think it's like Wes Anderson's like idea of what Japan is like.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that, except it did feel very Japanese, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, but Atari Kobayashi is suddenly a blonde-haired quarterback superstar. Be like, everyone was like very clearly Japanese, like,
except for Tracy.
The one white character was white, but everyone else,
and she wasn't even there for much except to translate.
yeah. She and the other one
Orientalism, that's what it is.
were Orientalism.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's pretty guilty of that.
Pretty much fetishizing an Asian culture based on an outsider's view of what subculture is.
Yeah, no,
I can kind of see that, but also I don't. I think
It's not the most egregious of cases.
Yeah, especially since
It does outline a larger problem in Hollywood, mind you, but
at least they had Asian people cast in this movie.
it's pretty inoffensive as far as like how it's represented in a way.
I don't know, man. Ken Watanabe should have had at least 3 lines.
Including, let them fight.
Wait, no, he was the doctor.
No, he was the surgeon at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
Which we'll get
I know,
to.
I'm just saying, but I was saying Godzilla because Ken Watanabe was also in that movie, and that's what a line he said in the movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was thinking about him in Last Samurai. Anyway.
One of the people who wrote the story is Japanese,
Yeah.
so it's make of that what you will.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, obviously they've done some, like, locations shooting for sure, like, at least at the Oden shop.
I mean, it's not. I mean, as long as the wide criticism I heard of this movie will still be really well received. So, like, I don't think it could be one saying that's overblown more than it made a bigger problem than it actually is.
Like I said, I can see why there's a criticism like that. Is it valid? Is it somewhat nitpicky? I would say it's more nitpicky.
I feel more because like the funny thing is like when you look at a lot of people, like there have been a lot of people from Japan who say like, no, we're excited about like kind of getting the culture shared.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since there aren't that many movies made in the West that are specifically about an Asian country from an Asian country's lens.
It's like one of my favorite movie facts is the fact that Kung Fu Panda actually sparked a debate in China because they were pissed that somehow an American-made animated movie was more respectful of Chinese culture than Chinese movies.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. And they were so mad, like, how does this movie get it right? We can't do it.
I mean, Chinese communism.
Well, they already make everything here. I'm sure they can just buy out this channel. I wouldn't mind the money. But anyway, yeah, like it's probably just one of those overblown things you read about here and
Anyway,
there.
it's a social justice warrior kind of thing, you know. If
I don't like discrediting all the arguments for that though, because I do feel like that's in some cases it's valid. Like I think it's worth at least listening to the argument.
Yeah,
It's worth listening to.
I'd say it's a case of I don't agree, but it's understandable.
Yeah, it's like if you feel that way, I can't blame you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not of the. I don't know enough about it. Yes, I'm white. I'm aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
You
racist.
You have pointed this out many times.
Regardless of this, we can all agree.
Mike,
Aloha really fucked it up.
Nothing will ever be worse than Aloha as far as.
Oh.
Don't challenge him.
Wait, which one's Aloha? No man.
That's one.
And where like Emma Stone is like, I'm native.
Oh, I'm
Hawaiian.
native Hawaiian.
And Vietnamese.
Yeah, that happened.
Because her last name is like Ung or something.
That was before Bill Murray was making a plot about missiles. That happened in that movie too. It was really fucking weird.
Whatever.
That's
God.
okay. We have Emma Stone as was a quarter Vietnamese and quarter Hawaiian.
Something like that.
Oh!
Talking to actual Native Hawaiians.
I mean, it's
she
not as
knows.
bad as.
When you even get white people saying unanimously you whitewashed, you fucked up.
I mean, it's not as bad as making Goku white.
No, that's technically worse. 'Cause-
Everything about the Dragon Ball movie is worse just because that didn't need to happen.
Ghost in the Shell, I would also put in this category.
Yeah.
That one,
Mostly-
I can still even make an argument for that one to a certain extent, but
Not really, because did you actually see Ghost in the Shell?
No.
No.
The twist in that one is she was originally, they literally whitewashed
the
her.
twist.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
But
And that fits in the idea of loss of identity.
Which is an underlying theme in the anime.
But she's literally whitewashed.
I'm not justifying it, I'm just saying, if you know the source material, it's not that out of place.
I can see what you're saying.
And also, even the producers and one of the creators is like, yeah, we don't care.
Well, to be fair, the actual manga artist doesn't care about any of the adaptations. He's like, I wrote the thing, they give me money, I don't care about how they adapt.
And I'm thinking of the director of the movie.
Oh,
the
the
anime movie, sorry.
Right.
So I should have clarified that.
I think me and Ron kind of described it as one, like, it seems like that guy at the party seems really cool at first, but then he starts talking about some stuff and you think, this guy might be racist.
Actually, there was something kind of funny about that when I read about his opinion, which I overall agreed with, but it's like, then he said something that was like, because like, look, I directed this movie, I don't care, you know, there are a lot of cases where, you know, there was whitewashing, people didn't care, or there was some kind of like race change they didn't care, they mentioned, like, at the point that I was like, wait, what? Was like, it's like, but no one cared when John Wayne played Genghis Khan, I went,
Yeah,
No,
they
they
did.
I was
Also,
like,
just because it was apparently acceptable decades ago doesn't mean it's acceptable now.
I think-
And it wasn't acceptable back then.
yeah. Like, they mentioned something else from Lawrence of Arabia or something else where it's like, they didn't quite make a big deal, but it's like, no, but yeah, fucking Genghis Khan, John Wayne.
I really don't feel like you should like make your justifications for modern day movies based off of shit of old movies that
Yeah, not exactly.
that were okay with blackface. Let's really be honest here.
Yeah.
Also, the thing about John Wayne as Genghis Khan, how many Asian actors were there in Hollywood? Very few, because of the Asian Exclusion Act, which prevented a
Yep.
continent of people from
Yeah.
immigrating.
And like I said, that was one of his defensive points. Was like, no, that does not make any freaking sense.
But the dogs, though, Yeah.
But let's get away from Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So back to Isle of Dogs.
But the dogs, though, you know what was really great about the puppet models?
What's that?
I wanted to pet them all.
They all look like they had such nice fur.
Oh yeah, even like the puppies, I wanted to hug.
Oh.
Little tiny puppies.
Yeah. This is like how long was this movie?
Like an hour and 45.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh man, this is really good pacing. You know, it felt like a longer movie, but I was really okay with it.
It felt like it was longer, not in a bad way, but more that it encapsulated so many things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it was really clear about like flashbacks, but I think by necessity, or just or is that just like the Wes Anderson style to just be really direct about?
That's Wes Anderson.
Yeah, he does do
It's a
that.
mix of style and kind of using it almost partly as a joke too at times, or like they'll end a flashback.
Yeah, it's fourth wall breaky. That's Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
But so is the dog is right in front of the camera staring at it while everyone else is in the background, but he's talking to the dogs in the background.
Yeah, that's also pretty Wes Anderson.
I think there was one like monologue that I really enjoyed where Chief was talking about like how he used to be owned by someone.
Oh yeah, that was a good.
Like when then he bid someone and then it was just like I got scared and it's just like wow. That's like the dog's perspective of why he bit someone. It's like
I don't know why I did it. I think I was scared,
you
but I did it.
Well, because it's Bryan fucking Cranston playing the part, and he's charismatic as fuck. And I feel like I haven't seen as many Wes Anderson. I haven't seen as many Wes Andersons as you have, Grant. Probably. I've seen a fair handful.
Same here. Like I haven't seen them all. I've seen probably about half of them.
I've seen Moonrise Kingdom, The Fantastic Mr. Fox. Grand Budapest, Isle of Dogs.
I saw part of the Royal Tenenbaums.
I didn't see the Royal Tenenbaums. I've noticed all the ones I've seen. I'm drawing a blank.
Have you seen Darjeeling Limited?
That was the other one.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
That was
But anyway, my point is compared to like the leading roles in most of his movies are played kind of like the way that Edward Norton dog is playing it in this movie. But this, I feel like with Bryan Cranston, feels like there's a lot more base emotion than he usually can in Wes Anderson movie. I found that refreshing.
yeah, because it's usually
it's quirky and monotone and
Fast
straightforward.
Yeah, very deadpan.
This one, like right as soon like the first word Bryan Cranston says, like very just angry and like very alpha dog and very like I will fucking cut you.
But I like the fact that their pack was all alpha dogs, so even he emphasized we're all leaders. We have to take it to a vote. So anytime they had to do something that they disagreed, they would take it to a vote.
and most of the time it would be outvoted.
Yeah.
He was always the dissenter. I love the even question like, who's the naysayer? Him.
We've been outvoted, so we're doing it.
Yeah. Who votes to kick Chief out of the pack?
I never talked to him again.
Oh, they do. They don't.
No, they get dropped before they get a chance to vote.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I heard them all shouting "I."
I heard one I didn't have the rest of them say that, but anyway.
Of course, it's Edward Norton dog trying to like take control of the pack. Oh, anyway.
That Jewish bagel. Son of a bitch.
What's that from?
See, that's a double pun, you know, get son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they were able to say son of a bitch and bitch in the movie
Yeah.
in completely accurate context.
Yeah.
You know, I was pissed off the censors. Like, doesn't count here.
They're actually dogs. He is an actual son of a bitch.
Sorry, I'm still sad that Edward Norton was in frickin' Sausage Party as a Jewish bagel.
Let's not talk about something.
Oh, I'm sad now.
Did you think that was just some weird racist euphemism?
On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, I didn't want to question it, and that's why. I didn't want to know.
I don't know why, but I went to Birdman.
He was kind of a Jewish bagel in that movie. I don't know. I just said that for shock value.
I just want to get back to talking about dogs.
Well, I guess we could just talk about trailers.
Yeah,
Because what's the recommendation?
Yeah.
Definitely watch it. I mean, if you're a Wes Anderson movie, you'll like it. If you're
You're
not,
a movie?
what?
If you're a Wes Anderson
I'm
movie.
tired. If you're a Wes Anderson fan, you will like this movie. If you're not a Wes Anderson fan, you will not like this movie. It's pretty simple math.
I think if you're a cat person, you might not like this movie.
Oh yeah, this movie hella bashes cat people and says that they're part of this great global, great conspiracy to Exterminate dogs.
Were you about to say catastrophe?
It's like in Frankenweenie when all the pet monsters get turned back into nice old regular pets, except the cat who dies horrifically.
Anyway, what were trailers?
just imagining Tim Burton in the editing room.
Fuck this cat.
Yeah, I miss my dog.
Last note, I just want to say,
Alright, go for it.
stop motion is a dying art, and I just wanted to support this out of principle. Also dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need more stop motion.
we do. That's why I'm glad.
There was
I
not
always
a
forget the name of the
single
studio.
Shiba in that movie.
I think there was one. It was
There was
just
one
kind of
what?
in the background.
Because most of the dogs were like mutt-ish.
Yeah, instead of like a Shiba.
That being said, I loved the pug. The pug was my
The
favorite.
Oracle.
The Oracle.
The Oracle.
The
Could
pug.
you
He
ask
was my he was my favorite dog. She was my favorite dog. Sorry.
Yeah.
Voiced by the director of Greta Gerwig, aka the director of Lady Bird.
That makes sense for some reason.
Or was it Francis McDormand? I don't know.
No, that was great.
Alright. I'm tired.
Two trailers.
Alright, so the first one we got was "Won't You Be My Neighbor," which is the Mr. Rogers documentary.
I am so
Excited.
excited for that.
Yeah,
I'm
me
interested.
too. Are you at all familiar with Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
I know that he wins the ultimate showdown with a bloodstained sweater.
See, the reason that joke works in that particular video, because in real life, Mr. Rogers was the most saintly person alive.
And he always wore sweaters.
He always wore sweaters, yes. But it's like the image of him coming to any kind of violence was pretty unheard of.
I also know that he told Mr. T in an epic rap battle of history to get the fuck out of his neighborhood.
See, that's not a good representation of the actual person.
He's the exact opposite of both of those things.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
He is the closest thing we would have to Jesus. Like
Kinda, yeah, honestly.
A Christian who does not judge anybody
Yeah.
at all.
He was he convinced the government to refund PBS by just being Mr. Rogers in court.
Oh, I did see that clip. I did see that one.
Yeah. And he's one of the people, I actually read a great Twitter story about him not too long ago where he said apparently some guy ran into him in an elevator one time. I guess he was on the way to a meeting and he was just talking about I've been really sad lately and I kind of went to your show and I can help me get better. And then he stopped what he was doing, sat with him, and they talked about his problem for an hour.
He just ran into this dude and helped him regardless of whatever else was going on in his life.
And he just said, they said why would you do this? It's sometimes you just sometimes you just need to help a neighbor or something like that. And then he went off and did his own things. He was the Pope, but not a Pope.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Rogers is amazing. That's the moral of the story.
Okay.
The next one I'm excited for.
Sorry to bother you.
Because I actually know the person who made this. I worked with him with.
That's the
Eric
telemarketing one, right?
Yeah.
Where it's
where they obviously dub over the white voice, quote unquote.
One
Yeah.
of them is Patton Oswalt.
The other one's David Cross.
I thought I recognized it.
Oh yeah, it was. Anyway, I'm interested in that film because it's just it sort of gives me the same vibe that Get Out did.
Except not quite. It's satirical on a comical front, not a horror front.
Oh, I mean, just
Yeah.
it's the same vibe where it's
the idea of loss of identity.
I am a minority and I have to conform to the white man.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Grant knows the director and also...
Yeah, I worked with him on Rope-a-Dope too, so I met him a couple times. Really nice dude, really. And he also did, they used some of his music for the first one, that Magic Clap song, during
yeah.
the training montage.
And of course, Eric's in the trailer.
Yeah, he's the SWAT guy that was pulling the helmet down.
Oh.
When
If
you
you see
see
the
the
facial
epic-
hair?
Yeah, when you see the epic beard, that's Eric.
Well, he probably had to keep the beard so he could be Kratos for the new God of War game.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Kratos.
certainly helped.
Oh no, he's shaved in the stop motion, or the mocap things. In some of them.
Oh, I was just thinking it'd be more realistic for the beard to
Yeah.
have
I
little
think he has
balls
a beard.
on them.
In some clips he didn't.
Kratos. Not Kratos. Sorry, that was gonna bug me.
You're gonna correct him on his fictional ancient Greek
Yes.
pronunciations?
It doesn't bug me as much because I mostly don't care about that series. Now the fact that Eric is in that game, that's the only reason I have any doing all the action mocap, that is the only reason I want to play it now.
This isn't the first time I've gotten really needlessly annoyed about things like that. There was the whole Iron Man debate for a while.
The what?
Me and Howard got into a lengthy debate on how to pronounce the word iron, which apparently was pronounced iron in certain other places. I did not know this.
I am Iron Man.
So it's basically the Cool Whip argument.
Cool Whip.
Yeah, that one.
Let me guess, you never heard the word aluminium.
I have not.
Aluminium. That's the proper pronunciation. We took out the last I. We Americans.
Okay. See, I learned something new today too.
It's fine.
Did
So
I
you
did
see,
I
you're
offend
both wrong.
Oh no, I'm just.
But don't shit on
I
other
just
people's
think it's
pronunciation.
weird that you keep bringing up the whole.
I think it's funny, but
And you keep bringing it up. Just let it die.
I'm not angry. I don't think it's funny.
Oh, I'm. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
But yeah, this movie seems interesting. Because I know when I did, and I don't really have like an Indian voice, but I do know that when I was working retail and had to answer the phone, my customer service voice is oddly more white. And that was completely subconscious.
I have to be really white when I was working at the Bevmo. Yeah. Hi, sir. How would you like your fucking wine packed?
I don't have to be white. I am white. I should not be so.
Yeah,
No,
you
I was
sound so proud.
No, I was like, I'm gonna make a jokey comment that I need to rethink.
It's okay. No, it's not. But anyway, moving on. Then we got the grades, which I couldn't give two fucks about.
I'm cautiously
He
I'm
raised
not
his-
optimistic, not pessimistic, just cautious.
He raised his voice like 2 octaves.
trying something different, I guess.
I'm on a wait and see.
It's Illumination, and like, for one, I hated Despicable Me 3. Sane was meh.
Also, didn't they learn their lesson from the Jim Carrey Grinch movie?
Nope.
So why?
Because
Do we need to keep rehashing the same fucking story?
Can we-
I'm gonna give you the spoilers. He gets over his hatred of Christmas.
His heart grew 3 sizes, and apparently his octave grew 2.
I just know it's an Illumination film. I'm gonna see that trailer 5,000 more goddamn times when that fucking movie comes out.
Oddly enough, I have not been seeing that trailer a lot.
I've already got it like 5 times.
That's why he's more pessimistic about it than you.
Because even Illumination movies tend to be like, okay, they're fine, but I fucking hate their marketing campaigns.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, Secret Life of Pets was not bad, but weren't they
But even that had advertising for Sane in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the
Sorry.
next trailer?
8th grade.
I'm curious about that
I'm
one.
curious because Bo Burnham is responsible for it, and it's like, that's an interesting person to talk about what it's like to be in middle school.
I'm not familiar with his previous work.
He's a comedian.
He was in Big Sick. He was one of the other comedians.
Well, which one? There's
The
like
short-haired one. The one that was...
He looks like a knockoff
clean-
of Nick Carter.
Yeah, he was the clean-shaven one with the short, somewhat spiky-ish hair.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, he's the
yeah.
one that told him to go to New York with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about that. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
because I've seen him for like a long time. He does like a lot of music comedy as well.
All right.
I'm just looking at that movie and think I'm gonna get like secondhand embarrassment.
That's my problem because I can relate to a lot of that, because for me, 7th and 8th grade were the worst, most awkward years where I just felt like a complete outsider, because everyone develops at weird and different rates, so everyone just feels awkward.
Also, children are awful.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Also racist as hell.
That's why my life was hell. Yay!
Like that, like middle school is the first time someone called me a chink, so
Really?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was called Osama bin Laden's daughter.
Yeah, we talked about that.
By a Vietnamese kid.
Yeah.
It's not even like I could blame you people for being racist.
What do you mean, you people?
Get off your high horse.
People who wear t-shirts?
Yes. Directors in Hollywood.
Yay! I'm getting there.
Anyway,
Slowly,
so
but
yeah,
maybe.
that's how I feel about 8th grade. It's like, oh, if I watch this, I'm gonna get secondhand embarrassment.
That's why I can't watch it. It'll be too real.
I don't feel like I can safely comment on any of this, so I'm gonna move on. As someone who didn't even go to middle school or high school,
Oh, that's
Right,
right. You're homeschooled.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo.
yeah. What did we just talk about?
Wait, so how are you socially adjusted now?
A shitty time in community college.
That would do it.
Yeah.
That would break anything.
That was high school 2.0 for me. A lot of the same drama, the students are older. That was really about it.
Yeah, they don't really grow out of that.
No, they don't.
Nope, children are bad.
Well, these were adults. What's their excuse?
They're still children.
You're not really.
Look
You don't
at-
really stop being a kid until you're like 25 plus.
Yeah.
That's right. We're Toys R Us kids.
It was mostly just a fair amount of years of emotional abuse because of shitty friends I had. And then community college came in. It's like, hey, I see you haven't really developed so much social skills. Well, batter up, boom! Life lesson! You learned something, didn't you?
Wow, life! I didn't realize you watched The Untouchables.
Like, I see you're kind of crying on the floor there, Anyway, then we got Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grim Ward and whatever.
Another Harry Potter movie.
What's wrong with Harry Potter?
Cause I got sick of it after 6.
And now there are 8 of the Harry Potters and now 2 of the Fantastic
But part 2 of 7 was like one of the best ones.
You think
Okay,
so?
you know what? I'm gonna put this
I
debate to
said
end.
part 2 of 7.
The
not
best
part
Harry
one.
I
Potter
actually like
movie,
part 1 better than part 2.
the best Harry Potter movie of all time is Chamber of Secrets. All y'all can shut the hell up.
I haven't seen most of them, so I don't really have a dog in this fight.
It's been too long, so I can't really
You
judge.
are wrong.
We can fight about it later.
How about you both watch Fantastic Beasts and then argue about it then?
I say 4 was the best because they killed Robert Pattinson.
I like 5. 5 was my favorite.
No. 1 was fine. It was exposition. 2 was like he's comfortable. You can see he's comfortable in his role, and he's still like not in puberty yet.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because then there was like this clear age up by like
yeah,
movie
that's kind of the
4,
point.
and it's like holy Jesus, the hormones kicked in to definitely Neville.
That's my favorite part of the 8th movie is I'd only
So
seen
Neville's a sexy beast.
Neville's just doing like JoJo poses.
I've only seen the first movie and then the last one. I know what happened between.
Sorry, I was like, whoa, have things changed?
Yes.
This is not as happy as all.
Well, I know what happened plot-wise because I read some of the in-between books and I read the 7th book leaked.
Sorry, just
It's like having a like, look, it's magic, it's wonderful. 8th week feasting on people.
All comes
Feasting on
metaphor.
people with a giant steak.
Sorry, just imagining also from her when she's. It went from the reaction from Neville from first to last move from damn to damn!
Let's be real, every kid grew up to be a much better looking person as well as a better person, such as Ron and the ice cream truck.
It's debatable.
Gives ice cream away.
Alright, on to the next trailer.
Yeah, Super Troopers True, which we talked about before.
Ah! It's a new trailer, it looks so shitty!
I've seen this trailer a few times now.
I've seen that trailer a couple times.
It's a new one for me. I'm still not getting over the day where we saw, where we had like the string of good trailers, then we got blockers, and then it's like,
I don't remember that was
okay,
before.
look, we got a string of good trailers, maybe we'll have a rebound, fuck, and then it was Super Troopers 2.
Fuck that movie, that's all I'm gonna say.
So can we like not talk about that one?
We don't need to, we can move on to the last one, which is, ironically, Will You Forgive Me?
What's Will You Forgive Me?
That was the which one was that? I feel like it was a quirky-ish.
What was Will You Forgive Me?
I don't remember anything about it.
It was
Are you
that
making something up?
forgettable.
No, that's what the title of the movie was.
Hang on, we have...
Oh, the Melissa McCarthy one where she's like selling.
Oh.
Man, the
Can you
counterfeit
ever
stuff.
forgive me?
Oh, I misspelled that apparently.
Right,
That's okay.
it's the one where she's just trying to like make ends meet, and then the FBI is like, "You're using your skills to forge shit."
I mean, I'll give it credit that at least Melissa McCarthy's trying something different.
She doesn't look like she's the way she usually acts.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, even if it sucks, I'll give her credit that she's trying.
Yeah, because she looks like she's definitely probably gonna be doing a good job in that thing.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, if she actually breaks away from the shitty comedy she always does, then maybe I'll finally like her.
It won't happen, but it's
I like her and Mike and Molly, and that's pretty much it. Because there the character
Yeah.
made sense, but then she kept being exaggerated versions of I'm the fat funny one.
Yeah.
And although I will say, to her credit, they didn't do the fat jokes in fucking
Spy.
Ghostbusters.
Spy,
they kinda did.
It's like, for me, Laura poses, I was like, who would you rather, if you're on a deserted island, you can only choose one like person to be with, would it be Melissa McCarthy or Amy Schumer?
Melissa McCarthy.
I was like, oh, that's like choosing between a starter pistol and a cyanide pill.
Well, my question is...
Melissa McCarthy, seems like like a person I can like. It's just she
Yeah.
takes a lot of bad
No. Here, if we're gonna do dark jokes, here we go. My question becomes, what is, respectively, their BMIs? Because I'm resorting to cannibalism.
Obviously, Melissa McCarthy is the bigger one.
Well, I mean, it depends. You want to go for like a chicken wings kind of scenario, then Amy Schumer might have more to offer.
The problem is, if I ate her, I would get so many diseases. I wouldn't have a way to disinfect that out.
Well, you cut around it, you know.
Okay, where?
You can't cut anything.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
that?
you're right.
But see, that's why you have the fire, because the fire will disinfect it all.
And it's all gone.
But then Melissa McCarthy's really chewy, and I just don't know how I feel about that.
I still like her way more than her cousin,
Who's your cousin?
Jenny McCarthy.
Have I seen her in anything?
Yeah, you've seen her in a lot of anti-vaxxer propaganda.
Ow!
Hey, there's a website you should all go to called Jenny McCarthy Death Count. It's about how many kids have died because of the anti-vax movement.
Wow, we're going on a lot of fun topics today.
Sorry.
Wes Anderson!
This movie was
Surprisingly
a
sorry.
political movie about genocidal dog death.
Oh, doggos.
Also, I saw the translator wasn't...
Oh, it wasn't Mona Marshall?
No, it was not Kyle's mom. It was Frances McDormand.
Who the hell is that?
She's a big fat bitch.
Frances McDormand?
No, you make the joke about Kyle's mom, so I was going off that.
Oh. But no, Frances McDormand, she was in Fargo. And she's in a lot of Coen Brothers movies.
No, I love Melissa McDormand?
Frances McDormand.
Yeah,
She's also in 3 Billboards.
Yeah, I
Ebbing,
was gonna
Missouri.
say 3 billboards over Missouri.
This chick. I've never seen her in anything.
You have
she's
not
in
watched
Moonrise
3 billboards
Killjoy.
yet?
No, you hit that Blu-ray in your room somewhere.
I thought I gave it to you.
And then you hid it in your room somewhere.
It's probably on the shelf because I put all those away.
Okay.
But anyway.
I think it's about it.
Yep, that's about it. So,
I'm fucking tired.
okay,
I
so...
gotta wake up in like 5 hours.
I thought you said you were going to work till 12.
I don't even know anymore.
Alright, we'll get you home, buddy.
Let natural sleep decide.
Just sleep in, dude.
Uh,
Don't torture yourself, not worth it. So yeah, later this, I still gotta check out the Tyler Perry movie.
and the clip right there.